From Fox 55 Sports, this is The Locker Room.
Good evening and welcome inside the locker room, everyone. He is Peter Hood. I am Justin Prince. If you're looking for high school football, well, you've definitely come to the right place. We've got a dozen games to show you tonight, including big matchups in the SAC, ACAC, and NECC. But, Pete, we begin tonight with the NE8.
Yeah, the first 2 weeks of the season only confirmed what we thought back in July, and that's that this league's going to be really, really tough. 5 of the 8 teams come into conference play with unbeaten records. That includes Leo and Norwell. The Lions lit up both Woodland and Angola to get to 2-0, while the Knights carved up Jay County and Heritage to reach that same mark for the first time since 2009. Now Norwell is trying to do something it hasn't done since 2014. That, of course, is beat Leo in the locker room's game of the week. And with that, let's head to the courtyard. Knights breaking in some beautiful new turf in front of a standing room only crowd tonight. Those that were in attendance, Prince, were treated to a slugfest. 2-0 Norwell when we picked this one up late in the third. Peyton Wall muffs the punt. Norwell able to jump on it. They recover. They've got the ball inside the Leo 10-yard line with a chance to add to their lead, but Leo's defense would hold, so the Knights settle for a field goal, and Chris Bear misses it wide right. That would turn out to be huge because ensuing possession, here come the Lions. Jackson Barbour drops back and finds Grayson LaCroix wide open down the field. Leo's in business as we start the fourth. Same drive. Knights think they've got Wall corralled in the backfield. They thought wrong, Jay Prince. Wall stiff-arming his way into field goal territory for the Lions, and with less than 10 minutes to play, that sets up Carson McCauley, and the kid is clutch. 31-yard field goal gives Leo its first lead, and that turns out to be the game winner as the Lions win a thriller. 3-2, your final score. That is not a typo.
Is that a baseball score? Sticking with the NE8, we told you they were one to watch during the preseason. Undefeated DeKalb visiting New Haven. Early on, though, the Bulldogs doing some work. 3rd and long for the Barons. Evan Eschbach fires incomplete over the middle, and New Haven's going to take over. After a punt ensuing drive for the Dogs, Jakar Williams tosses the bubble screen to Jamar Hutchins. He makes the dude miss. He finds the end zone. New Haven goes up 7, but you can only hold off this DeKalb team for so long. This one would head to half, tied at 14. And DeKalb's your winner tonight, 29-14, your final.
All right, up to Kendallville we go. The East Noble Knights taking on Coach Prescott and his Huntington North Vikings. First drive for East Noble. Bailey Parker rolling out, finding Nick Munson. First down completion. Very next play, some good blocking here from the Knights. Seals the edge. Parker able to make his way into the end zone. Tack on the extra point. It's 7-0 Knights. Huntington North, though, they're not going away. Devin Newcomb on the ensuing drive. He gets the touch, and he's going to be tackled just shy of the end zone. Later in the drive, though, it's 3rd and inches. They give it back to Newcomb, and he pounds it in. That squares things at 7. Vikings hung around in this one, Justin, but East Noble would eventually pull away. 36-20, your final tonight. And final score from our final game in the NE8, Columbia City. Man, they have been impressive through the first 3 weeks of the season. They moved to 3-0, 44-0 over Belmont this evening.
We switch things up to the SAC. Southside still looking for their first win of the season. Can they pull off the big upset over Bishop Dwenger? Yeah, Saints.
I'm going to say no.
Saints weren't having any of that. They set the tone early first quarter. Devin Tittman right up the gut into the end zone, and the Saints go up 6, and they were just getting started. Later in the first, they hand it to Hayden Ellinger, and this time he's in standing up, make it 13-0 Saints, and then second quarter now, more of the same, more of the same. This time, the give goes to the big fella, Vinny Fiacable, getting some love from Coach Garrett. Dwenger rolls to a 54-6 victory.
They like to use the offensive lineman there in the attack. Over to Homestead, Sparty trying to keep pace at the top of the SAC standings, hosting Bishop Luers in front of another big crowd tonight, and this one got ugly quick. It's 41-0 Homestead in the second quarter when Luke Goody finds Sam Scavo across the middle. tackled just short of the goal line, but on the very next play, Braden Hardwick in for 6, makes it 47-0 Spartans. These guys can't do any more push-ups. Homestead's defense, they hold up its end of the bargain as the Spartans shut out the Knights 51-0, your final.
That's a tough one. Over to Zollner Stadium, Kurt Tittman's 2-0 Snider Panthers paying Concordia a visit, and the Panthers were quick to pounce. Hey, Pete, is it good if you score without having to run an offensive play?
I'm no football expert, but that sounds like it'd be pretty good.
Alonzo Derrick fields the punt, and he's going to do just that. Breaks a few tackle. He's gone. House call from 46 yards, and they're up 7. They'd force a 3-and-out, and then on their next possession, second play from scrimmage, guess who? It's Alonzo Derrick again.
AD, all
this
day.
time on a 58-yard pitch and catch from John Barnes Jr., and the Panthers jump out to the 14-0 lead. Concordia would stop the bleeding just before the end of the first. Brandon Davis up top to Tyler Grossman for the score. That cuts the lead to 7 after 1. But it was all Snider tonight. They roll to the 38-14 victory.
All right, over to Chambers Field. Doug Dinan and his Carroll Chargers looking to bounce back from their loss to Snider last week against Northside. Second quarter, Chargers with the 7-0 lead, and they're looking for more. Jeff Becker, this kid can ball, man. Throws it up, and speaking of ballers, Leighton Mitchell comes down with it. 11 yards for the score. Carroll up 14, and they were just getting started. Next Charger drive, marching right back down the field. Becker going to complete one over the middle. This time it's Mason Englert on the other end. He bullies his way down to the 2. And then very next play, Hunter Mertz punching it in for the score. Carroll goes up 21, but Prince, they're still not done.
Nope.
Just before the half, Becker, you remember Becker to Mitchell?
I think it sounds pretty good.
Pretty good connection, those two. 28 yards out, and that puts the Chargers up 28. They roll to the 42-0 victory over the Legends.
Our final stop in the SAC comes over at Spooler Stadium. Wayne looking to avoid an 0-3 start visiting Northrop. Start of the third. Generals with the 5-point lead. Bruins looking to cut into that, but Dylan Hoot picked off by Nate Moore. He's going to take it deep inside of Northrop territory before he ends up being brought out. And the Generals, they take over. Ensuing drive, third down and short to go, but Anthony Nixon, he gets taken down in the backfield by Taquay White. Wayne, they'd end up turning it over on downs, and Northrop would take over on the next drive. First play from scrimmage, Demarius Cowan takes the handoff, and he is gone.
See ya.
71 yards to the residents. Northrop takes the 3-point lead after the 2-point conversion. Wayne would respond. Sean Collins gets shifty, and he's going to find his way to pay dirt to give the Generals the lead back.
Carrying tacklers.
Indeed, but it's Northrop who ends up coming out on top tonight. They top the Generals 36-25. They're 2-1. Wayne drops to 0-3.
Wow. We move to the ACAC now. Big game for Bluffton as the Tigers welcome 1A number 4 South Adams to town, and Grant Moser's team was obviously in no mood to mess around this week. 34-0 Starfire, second quarter. Bluffton trying to get something going. Hayden Nern to Caden Gerber. He's down inside Starfire territory, but the drive would stall there on third down. Nern, surrounded by South Adams dudes, will give the sack to Austin Gorney there. Ball goes back to the Starfires, and that's bad news if you're a Bluffton fan, because James Arnold was doing stuff like this all night long. Finds Trey Smith on the sideline. Later, more from Arnold. This time he has time, and he delivers a dime to Aiden Warner in the back of the end zone. South Adams making a statement tonight, 41-0. Starfire's cruise.
Didn't the forward pass just get introduced there last year? Congrats to the Starfires. They've looked pretty good in the early seasons. So, too, have their arch rivals. Adams Central ranked 3rd in the state, hosting 5th-ranked Monroe Central tonight. Both teams went 3-and-out on their first drives, but here come the Golden Bears on their second touch of the game. Jackson Ullum airing it out to Luke Jones. He pulls it down in traffic. Monroe Central's threatening, but not for long. Couple plays later, Ullum tries to force another one into coverage. Bad idea. Blake Hirely there to pick it off. Return gives the Flying Jets some good field position. Ensuing drive, Dallas Schwaller. He's going to hand off to Alex Curry, and the sophomore, he scampers to the outside, brought down inside Monroe Central 30.
Whoa, right into your living room.
Almost knocked you over there, Pete?
Yeah, he almost did.
And then later
Not gonna
in
lie
the
to
drive, Schwaller looking in the end zone, but it's Logan Patterson there to make a play for the Golden Bears. Interception gives the ball back to the visitors. But the Jets, they come out on top in a thriller tonight. 21-13, your final from Minnick Field.
Out at Heritage, couple of winless teams looking for their first dubs. Woodland visiting the Patriots just before half. Warriors already up with a 2-touchdown lead. They're looking for more. Ben Reedy looking his brother Joe's way. He makes the grab, but he's out of bounds. Warriors led by 14 at recess. Not a lot of scoring from there on out, but Woodland wouldn't need it. Defense coming to play. Andrew Miller makes the play in the backfield as the Warriors hang on for their first win of the season. 20-6, the final from Monroeville. Also in the AC tonight, Southern Wells, they get their first win of the year. 20-12, the Raiders knock off Jay County. So
congrats to Coach Roeder and company.
Congrats to Coach Roeder.
Let's head north, shall we, Pete? Garrett hosting Churubusco this evening. And
Railroader country.
It was not pretty. Very first play of the second half. The wing tee strong for Busco. Gage Kelly finds a gap in the line, makes a couple dudes miss, breaks off a 60-plus yard run. That's a tutty. And the Eagles go up 32-6. Garrett slowly but surely would chug their way down the field and answer on their first drive. Clayton Fielden goes across the plane before the ball pops out. The ref calls it good. That means it's a score. Conversion good, and the Railroaders are put up 14 on the board, but Busco's offense doing plenty tonight to ensure the win. Sam Wood calling his own number, evades the tackle, gets into the end zone. Eagles railroad the Railroaders. Paul Saden Company are 3-0 with a 40-22 victory.
Busco doing Busco things. NECC, we continue on that route. West Noble doubles up Eastside tonight, 38-19. Your final there as West Noble moves to 2-0 on the year. And this is probably the surprise of the night, Jay Prince. Fairfield, winless last year. They're now 2-1 on the season after an 8-0 overtime win over Central Noble. So congrats to Coach Thacker and company.
Indeed. Lakeland, they take the Battle of LaGrange 20-6 tonight over Prairie Heights. Your final in that one.
A couple of NECC teams squaring off with a pair of Michigan foes this evening. One went well, the other one didn't. Fremont beats River Valley 41-14. Angola not so lucky. They fall to Orchard St. Mary's 40-3. The Hornets now 0-3 on the season as they head to West Noble next week.
That's tough. Plymouth, they top Warsaw. That's Warsaw's first loss of the year, 24-19 in that one. Northridge all over Wawasee, 27-0. Your final there.
Big early season game in the Three Rivers, and Southwood dominates North Miami 45-7. Your final there. Tippecanoe Valley knocks off Peru 32-8.
More from the TRC.
Yep.
Manchester topping Wabash 21-14, while Mechanical winners over Northfield 43-7.
And finally tonight, Rochester a 21-7 winner over the Whitco Wildcats.
And it's time finally for our play of the night. Takes us right back where we started this evening. Leo not able to score through nearly 3.5 quarters, but they found a way to win tonight. Takes this 31-yard field goal from Carson McCauley in the fourth quarter. The Lions move to 3-0 on the season with a 3-2 victory over Norwell.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that score when I got there about the third quarter, and I had to do a double take looking at the scoreboard. But I think despite, obviously, Leo gets the big win tonight, and that, could be huge later on as the NE8 championship gets decided later in the season. But I think we learned tonight that Norwell's for real. I mean, they can.
NE8 is a lot tougher than a lot of people thought.
It is, and obviously we knew about Leo. We knew about DeKalb. Yep. We knew about those teams, East Noble, but the bottom of the conference is so much stronger this year than it has been in years past. I mean, Huntington North goes up to East Noble, competes with East Noble. Norwell is within a point of Leo. I mean, that conference, maybe outside of Belmont, who might struggle a little bit this year, is going to be tough. I mean, it's going to be tough to get a win week in, week out in the NE8, and obviously Leo saw that tonight. So
indeed they did.